Now, I wanted to talk about Amazon for a moment because it doesn't fit exactly into either bucket. It's not pure D2C, but it's not a traditional retailer either. And for a lot of business owners, Amazon is usually their first move when they're expanding to the US. Now, on one hand, Amazon feels like direct to consumer because you own your listings, you control your content, your images, your pricing, and customers buy directly from you, not from Walmart or Target. And that means you can test demand quickly without waiting months for a retail buyer to approve your product. But on the other hand, Amazon also feels like retail. Why? Because they set the terms, you've got storage fees, chargebacks, strict shipping windows. You have to meet FBA standards, handle returns, and live with their customer service policies. And your margins also get squeezed, just like in retail, because you have to factor in Amazon's 15 to 30% fees plus the cost of ads. So what's Amazon's real role here? Think of it like a bridge channel. It's easier to enter than landing on Walmart or Target shelves because you don't need buyer's approval or months of vendor onboarding. You can launch quickly, you can start building reviews and validate whether your product, pricing, or positioning makes sense for the US market. And that kind of real-time feedback is almost impossible to get in traditional retail. But here's a part where a lot of brands underestimate Amazon. Amazon still requires serious logistics. You need US warehousing or a 3PL that can prep an inventory to FBA standards. You need to manage stock levels carefully because running out of inventory can kill your rankings and overstocking can rack up storage fees. You also need ad spend because Amazon is pay to play, and without advertising, your listings won't get discovered no matter how good your product is. And now, this isn't a shortcut. It's not a way to test US market cheaply. It's simply a more accessible first step. Amazon lets you enter faster, but to actually succeed, you have to run it with the same operational discipline you'd apply to retail. To conclude, Amazon makes sense if you don't yet have US retail relationships, or if you want to test demand before investing in a full rollout, or if your product is well suited for search-driven buying, categories like household goods, pet products, beauty, or supplements. It's less ideal if your brand depends on storytelling, or what I like to call high-touch experiences, or if your margins can handle a combination of fees and ad spend. For a long-term scale, you'll eventually need either retail distribution or your own online store alongside it. And if you're considering selling on Amazon, we've just released a great video talking about picking the right model, fulfillment choices, and the operational checklist that you need, and so much more included. You'll also see somewhere on the screen that I've posted a link to it, and I'll also include it in the description. As always, hit like, press subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.